Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing today? So today I wanted to talk about something I really just felt like is important to talk about, right? And that's like the future of this country. Now, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm actually kind of afraid for the future of this country. I really am. And honestly, sorry if like I'm shaking or if it seems like I'm a little nervous. It's not. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. I just had some coffee this morning, and it just kind of makes me jittery. It makes me feel a little panicked. So that might not add to, that might add a negative effect to this video. So I apologize for that in advance. Anyways, with that said, here's what I want to say. Okay, I'm worried about the future of this country. I am. I'm not worried because oh man, white people are getting fucking instead of being the number one instead of being the majority group here in the United States, we're going to become a minority group. Who gives a fuck, man? This is America, okay? And don't get me wrong, maybe not everybody acts the same. There are people who act differently, right? But it is what it is, you know? There are going to be normal citizens out there all the time, you know? Everybody has their certain whatever. The point is, I'm not worried about it, okay? I'm not. What I'm more worried about is financial stuff. Now, I'd like to be hopeful and I'd like to just say that, oh man, the jobs that we work now are going to support us for the future. And I'm going to be real with you, Chief. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, if you look at how I'd say our grandparents lived, like the boomers lived compared to now, the mailman's salary can buy him a house, basically fulfill the American dream, right? That's the truth. Now, you can't even do that. You need to work like 70 to 80 hours a week just to make the American dream possible. And maybe that's with two fucking people. It's like, in order to live as they would back then, we'd have to make $100 an hour or more, which is crazy to me. And what, the minimum wage is like, what, $15 in the majority of states? And we can't even, that's like 15% of the, that's fucking insane to me. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that is insane to me. Anyways, okay. So, here's what I have to tell you guys, okay? Again, I will admit that I worry about the future of this country. I really do. I really worry for the future of this country. I really do. I really do. So, if anything, here's what I think is going to happen, okay? I think what'll happen is the fucking. If. Okay. If the cost of living goes up anymore, if it goes way up, like way dramatically in the future, the American dollar is going to be worth a far. Not too much. It's going to be worth a lot less than what it is currently now, right? And hell, we might have to pay $30, $40 just for a fucking fast food meal or something, you know? Which is not a fun idea to think about. It's definitely not. But yeah, it might be. Yeah, the cost of living here in the U.S. would actually probably shoot way the hell up, right? And the way that I look at it is, if like everything keeps going the way it's going, I don't know. I think there's a good chance the stock market could crash, or the market could crash. Or hey, maybe what I'm possibly saying to all of you is exactly what these companies want me to say. Maybe I'm following their will without even realizing it. Maybe all that is just bullshit, you know? Maybe. Maybe I'm intentionally feeding into the fear that has been created. Maybe. I don't think I am though, because I'm basing my argument on some real life events that have happened. So, but yeah, I admit I'm not a smart man who can accurate. I probably should have said that before. I'm not a smart man who can accurately predict or give a very damn great prediction about where this country's going to go years from now. Yep. I just don't know, guys. I really don't know. I hate saying that, guys. I really do. But yeah. Anyways, um, okay. I think you got, I don't know. I think stuff is just going to keep getting worse. And um, I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could say differently. I wish I could say a lot differently. I understand a lot of the people who are kind of hopeless, man. They're fucking hopeless for the future. Hell, I would be too, honestly. Sorry, I wish I could say something else. But I will say though that if the United States does collapse and you like bought a house or bought tons of property beforehand, before it does, I'd say you'd still own that property, so maybe keep it, you know? Yeah. Hell, maybe you could go over to a foreign country and maybe it'd be cheaper to live over there, you know? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Honestly, the original intention of this video was to just predict where it was happening and what you could do to, I guess, prepare yourself. But I guess this is just me kind of venting out, me venting about this. I really do wish I could give you guys some words of encouragement. I really do. But you know, maybe that's the key. You know, I think none of us know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, none of us know what's going to happen years from now. So why not instead of see, I worry about the future. You know, and what's weird is it's like I'm not alone in that. There are lots of people out there who worry about it. You know, they're concerned for their survival. Hell, I'm scared for my survival too. I'm like, okay, I want to survive, you know? I mean, that's kind of in our nature to do that. Yeah, it is. But like I said, I think that's the key. I think the point of that is you can't control it, you know? You can't, like, you physically cannot control it. Sure, you can control your own future and where you go and like the choices you make. You can take control of that. You can accept responsibility for your actions and you know it's like I remember watching a video about a movie analysis. It was actually No Country for Old Men, and the sheriff character, he was kind of that guy who chose not to make any choices, you know, not to make a lot of choices. And honestly, I heard that there's a lot of people out there who just kind of get to a point in life where they just don't want to make a choice. But the fucked up thing is we always make a choice, you know? Even choosing not to make a choice is a choice. So it's like where I'm going with that is if we can't control what's going to happen in the future, right? Why not? Let's just control what we do, you know? Let's control our actions. Let's try to control our future by making good choices now, you know? I mean, shit. Tell you something I want to do. I'd love to own some property. I'd love to own some rentals, or at least own like a maybe be like a partner in like a startup company or something, and like just hopefully sell it in the future, you know, for like a lot of money. And the thing is, I wouldn't start it up with the intention of making money. I mean, sure, that would be the thing, but I guess I'd want to build it up, you know? And hopefully that would be a direct result from all that work put in. Yeah. Honestly, guys, I'm going to college because I want to learn more about business, you know? I feel like it's going to be a useful skill, you know? I mean, business is always going to be conducted, so there's that. Oh, hey, this guy. There's a guy here. He's here to buy some shirts. But no, guys, I'm gonna be real with you. I have a hard time with like letting go of that fear, of that worry, you know? I'll be right back, guys. So yeah, okay. I just sold like a bunch of shirts to a guy, and he's actually pretty nice. He's actually been here before. That's cool. Anyways, guys, like I said, I just really have a hard time like um I have a hard time um not like fueling that source. You know what I'm saying? I just have a really hard time fueling not fueling that, you know? That like that stupid little fear in the back of my throat, or the stupid fear. It's like it doesn't make me shake, but it just it's just kind of stupid, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just counting out some cash. So, yep, I got me some big bucks. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, honestly, I've got a vacation coming up, and I actually helped my dad out with moving some stuff today. So I actually made quite a decent bit of money from that. But no, like I said, I find it hard to control that fear. You know what I mean? It's like it's just kind of difficult to control. It's like, oh man, how do I deal with this? You know? I mean, am I the only one that kind of feels that way? 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Okay, 100. Okay. I think I have 25 right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I might just cut this out. 18, 19, 20. Okay, 25. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2. Awesome. $725. Hell fucking yeah. But no, it's like, do you guys find it difficult to like, okay, what was I even saying before? It was something about like controlling fear, or it was like it was something about controlling fear. But no, like I said, I just find great difficulty with that, you know? Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I really do. I tell you what, man. Going on vacation next month, and I'm not bringing all this cash with me. Fuck that. No, what I'm doing is I'm going to be... I don't know what I'll do with all this cash. I'll probably bring some of it to like Sparks or something. I don't know. I might invest some of it. I might get like some silver or something. I don't know. There might be some silver there and Sparks I might get. So, but yeah. I forget what I was saying, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I didn't like stop the conversation, you know? But yeah, yep. I could have just paused. Sup, kitty? How you doing? Bullshit, you know that? Just kidding, mostly. No, guys, it's like I was basically saying something about like controlling fear or something, or like letting a certain fear control. You're like, dang, why are you gonna do that? It wasn't even bad. What the heck, man? There you go. You go out in the garage. Think about what you did, bro. She didn't do anything to you. He's always jealous of her, like her attention she gets. Or like he doesn't get enough attention. Whatever though. Anyways, I'm just trying to say like, look, what I'm basically trying to say is I'm not trying to say. I have trouble with worrying about the future, you know? And it's like, okay, I remember what I was saying generally. So I was just saying how, like, I have trouble with not worrying about the future, you know? About worrying about things I can't control or have no control over, you know? And truth be told, I don't really... I mean, yeah, sometimes I do hold myself accountable for stuff, but, you know, sometimes I blame other people, or I want to blame other people for problems in my life, you know, the reason why I'm a certain way, but it's like, I don't know. I'd like to become the kind of man who can just be like, no, that's just my fault, you know, or just I want to see where I did wrong. I want to be the kind of man that can kind of stay calm, not get upset. You know what I mean? And I get that I'm just gonna get upset. Like that's something I can't. That I'm never gonna just be 100% on. But I can always be. I can always try to work on that, and I could always try to be a little better as time goes on. But well, anyways, I'm not gonna go on a tirade about, oh man, I'm not good at this, or I'm not good at whatever. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna knock myself. I mean, I admit that one way I feel like I could be better is taking accountability for my actions and trying to let go of lingering upsetness that I may feel towards people. And I'd say holding myself accountable. Holding myself accountable for stuff. Being more of a man of my word. So there are things I can work on. Yeah. Why do you think I? Why do you think people? Why do you think people just like worry about things that they cannot control? Why do you think that's the case? You ever think about that? Like, why? Why? Why are these people out here? Why are they like worried about things they simply cannot control, or have no control over? I mean, what if they had control over it? What if they had complete control over it? Would they feel better about that? Or would they feel nothing at all? The way that I look at it is I think it'd be somewhere in the middle, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, obviously, people worry so fucking much like, about themselves. They worry so much about things, right? And it's like, okay, I'm giving you the ability to control it. I'm giving you the ability to control that thing, right? I don't care if it's something that you can control or not. I'm giving you the ability to control it. And it's like, what would you do when you had that ability? And then if you say something along the lines of, well, I'd just control it, I would make it better. Okay? In what ways would you make it better? Well, I would do this, this, and this. How is it going to make your life any better? Well, I just feel like it would improve my happiness or my status or whatever, right? And I just say, okay, what's stopping you from doing that right now? Hmm? Okay, that's stopping you. Okay. How is it stopping you? Have you ever thought of about maybe look, the point is it'd just be a bunch of questions, you know? It's kind of funny because I'm not exactly at that point yet where I'm not exactly at that point yet where I can just accept that, like, accept accountability for my problems, you know? Let me back it up. What I mean by that is kind of like what David Goggins means for his stuff, right? That's one thing that I have kept about David Goggins that hasn't really destroyed my life, right? I'm not blaming him at all, by the way. I just want to make that known. But it's like what he was basically saying was like, okay, so this is my fault for this reason, and how am I going to fix this? And just taking accountability, you know, just taking full ownership of your life and your problems, taking control. And even when people like take control, even when people do that, do you reckon that people get scared? Do you think they get scared of that? Of taking control, of taking agency in their life? Think about that for a minute. Makes you wonder, eh? Makes me wonder. Because it really does. Well, anyways, That's all I really got to say, guys. You have a good rest of your day today. And yeah, this video is pretty much me just talking. And I don't really have anything else to add to the conversation. You witnessed me counting my money. That was pretty sick, wasn't it? Anyways, have a good rest of your day today. Talk to you later, and see you later. Goodbye.